Watch out, Obama. Thank you for the 99-cent super chat. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. How is it, everyone? I'm not gonna do hellos today because I'm too tired. I like you guys, but I'm tired. Help me. Help. Help. Wait, what? Oh. Why are you doing this? Reverse birthday present. Does that mean it's your birthday? Happy birthday, Floral. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Floral. Hello, Prince Footstool. So I contacted Restream.io about the chat relay issues, and they said it's something on their end. So it's going to be awkward for a while, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. Blue Tool? What the? Wait, what currency is that even? What? South Korean won. Oh, thank you. Oh my god. Did I kidnap Carbuncle? No. How can you kidnap what exists in your heart? Okay, anyways, this is how today's stream will go. I'm gonna make some chain drills as practice for myself for chaining, and also to make the site better. This is actually live now, so if you go to puyo.gg, you can try this website out, and there's some sample ones that I made. I think this works best on your phone. I haven't enabled keyboard controls yet. So yeah, you just try to place it the same way as the shadows. Oh, I already messed up. Ow! Oh wait. Oh, and if you mess up, it'll tell you with a little pop-up, and then you can hit undo to try a different placement. What is Gunvolt? Oh my gosh. Hey, thank you for the 99-cent super chat. Floral says, I am now 18 and I have adult responsibilities like going to sleep in time for school. Going to sleep early is very important. I totally preach what I preach what I practice, what I preach. Practice, preach. I hate everything. Oh, you were wondering how this was coming along at you? It's getting a little better. And I put a lot of effort into making it look nice. Maybe to the point where I'll get, but let's not talk about that. If you have time to try this out, you should give it a spin. Maybe. Or actually, if you're down to help me make the drills too, that would be immensely helpful. Oh yeah, so another nifty thing is, obviously, so one of the problems with the 15th anniversary chain drills is that like, they always have perfect chains, but that's never how it really is in a real match. So this will show you how to build up step by step. So first you do this first clear, and then it reveals the next set of what you need to do. Oh, I had to think about that for a second. Oh, wait. I didn't make a mistake. Oh, this is correct. No. What? Oh, oh no, the game crashed. Ah, crap. Well. Oops. Well, a different thing you can do is, you can also, I think you can save this as an image, right? Yeah, you can like right click and save as image. Although I don't think it'll grab the eSports background. Oops. Why did that crash? I'm too tired to look at my code right now. I'll just give up. Prince Footstool says, I am really bad at dealing with harassment and dishing out my own harassment. Is it getting better at it just something that comes with playing versus good people more? Well, I think a good part of it is also just like watching people, experts, how they build theirs. But also, there's a balance you need to strike between focusing on your own chain, like just chaining normally, and building harassments on the side, and thinking about converting back and forth. It's not something you should like forcefully try to do. It's all about adaptation. What's with that desktop wallpaper? I don't know. I was like googling 4K wallpapers and that's what I found. Is that Mac? Do I know if there will be a lessons mode in Puyo Puyo Champions? There was supposed to be. Okay, I'll load up the game soon. Fixing this simulator has been the bane of my existence. Why do things break? Why? Any tips for getting faster at extending chains? Well, the more, it's all about your confidence, right? You just have to believe in yourself in certain situations. Other times it's just knowing more forms. Okay. Let's load up the game. So it's extremely silly to me that I'll have to play the Japanese version for the endless mode, but okay. Hey, the leg. Okay, score challenge, time challenge. How did I make it 19 chains so easy? I cheated in that video. Secretly. Don't believe it. How to... Oh yeah, I do know that there's a difference between the old and remastered Puyo Tetris battle theme. I'm not sure which one I like more.
Three, two, one, go!
Okay, let's practice the basics. Aw, this is awful. Alright, that's 115 chain down. 200 more to go. Oh, the green, the yellow's cut.
9、8、9、10、11、12、13、14。
Well, I totally all cleared that, yeah. So, hey everyone, how's life? Yeah, fantastic. Really fantastic. Yeah. This one all clear, but I don't care. Okay, I care a little bit. Oh my gosh. I don't need these green blues. Oh, it sucks. Well. This is helping me get practice thinking about how to chain up on the top more. That's like my weakest point sometimes. I don't chain very fast when I have to think so much. I'm tired. How do I do this cleanly? That's not how you do it. This isn't the cleanest, but it's fine. I just realized the music won't be changing the entire time. Oh no. Oh no. Will I have to listen to this? Okay, I'm gonna try to do the stairs. This is how you do them. Alright. Okay, that's a good build order. But will I get the colors? That's fine.
1、2、3、4、5、
Oh, just the 14.
8 9 10 11 12 13
Oh wait, it's a 15.
グリョンフリューゲル
How much times have I done this challenge? I've never completed it yet. I've just been too lazy. So, doing it while sleep deprived sounds like a very good idea. I'm a genius. Retweet stream chat. Do I have any tips for using Hartman in Fever? I'm not good at Fever mode, so I don't know what to tell you. Able to make 15 chains while tired. Well, I'm using the formula, so it's not really that complicated. Okay. I need to practice new forms. Okay, L shape. I don't like how that tail's going to end up being. Is there a creative way I can handle this? Oh, I see now. But then how do I use the greens? Well, that's not good. Oh, that's not good either. Will this be alright? Oh, I forgot a blue! Screw it. Just set this off.
2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 グリョンフリューゲル
Oh.
3 2 1 go
Okay, A, B, C, start. Oh, I messed up.
3 2 1 go
Do I want to just do sandwich like this though? Do I? I don't know how to fight like this though. I see. Could do it like that. I actually don't think this is possible the way I'm trying to do it. お。
3, 2, 1, go!
Should I do it this way or this way? I mean, I guess ideally it's this way. Commit it here or right here? Well, this ended up hard. Oh, that's not good.
Three, two, one, go!
Oh.
Each.
I sort of used this form well, I think.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, グリョンフリューゲル
Huh? What? Don't talk about the Chronicle stream. But that was a fun stream. I love playing Chronicle. Concerned about what? I'm just being me. Happy. Sad. Angry. Is this how I should do it? I have to fusion this across somehow. No good. Blues. Crap. How do I deal with the start? Should I do this? Not too bad. Oh crap, the Reds.
3, 2, 1, go!
Should I here or here? Oh, I could do that. Oh no! No, no, no!
3, 2, 1, go!
I don't like that, but well, actually that one ended up not being so bad. Okay, harassment. Ooh, mistake. Oh no, wait, this doesn't work. Oh. Oh. That wasn't kinda very good. Guess that's alright, but it took me a while. A minute and 48 seconds for this chain. That's too long. Okay, L shape, L shape, L shape. Let's do this. Ah!
3, 2, 1, go!
Wow, this looks awkward, no matter how I look at it. I guess this is fine. Wait, I know, wait, I messed up the blues. The critical blue. My tail doesn't work anymore. I need to be careful of that. What determines an L-shaped start? I'm trying to understand that. Wow, this is like a all different color start. Wow, this is tough. I have no idea. What was I supposed to do? I made it work somehow, but I feel like this wasn't the best way. Oh my god. Wow. Keep accidentally 12 chain sandwiching. Oh, and all clear.
3, 2, 1, go!
Just GTR? No. Gotta become strong and learn how to do everything. Oh crap. How do I... Yeah, here or here? Well, this is fine. I just want to see this pop. The way I did those greens right there weren't good. It made it harder for me to chain later on. Try what for another day? I'm just using this to reset and do like openers. Good morning, Ninja. I'll be alright, probably. Ooh, how do I... Oh, this will be interesting. Actually, there's no way to do this anymore. I messed up.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, here or... I don't like how bulky that got on the left side, but there wasn't... I couldn't think of a way around it. Wait, I forgot the reds. Huh.
3, 2, 1, go!
I think I really would make GTR with this opener. Turn. Here we go. Oh! Well, guess this will be it. Wait, I forgot the purple! Still waiting for a PC port for Tetris Effect. That would be really cool. I like Tetris Effect, it was really fun. Although it didn't capture me enough to make me want to do like the whole daily, weekly challenges or whatever. Whatever they were expecting was just grindy, and I don't know. I don't got time like that. Oh, did Sony actually fund a lot of it? Okay, then yeah, it's never coming to PC. Oh, a purple. Actually, I'm using the blue screen. It crops everything out a lot more cleaner than the green one does, actually.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, I should have let the chain play out for you guys, huh? This is a tail though, so this is a bad formation to be making, huh? I have to just go for flat stacks now. Hope I'm doing well. I am, kinda. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Good, good, good. Two, one. I have to say that is like really. They just say it so eSportsily. It makes me really want to practice. I like listening to the sound effects sometimes. Hey, this is a clean extension. I did well. Wait, I forgot a green! Oh no. Oh. I mean, all according to plan. Go! I don't know why it's so funny to me. Why am I doing GTR?
3, 2, 1, go!
Wow, what a weird distribution. What could I have done better?
3, 2, 1, go!
It's called... Why is it called GTR? Yes, please abbreviate to JP or JPN instead. Okay, who wants to play Fever mode? I need to get better at this. Do I have a fever? No. What? You don't want to play Fever, Steelix? Fever's the best. Why did everyone start hating this mode? I never understood. I thought everyone liked it. Or maybe I'm from an alternate universe. That's always a possibility. Oh, good night, Floral. Okay, we're doing first of fives. So I have an excuse to like upload these cuts to YouTube later. Ace. Drop set, drop set, drop set. All you say.
Starting soon.
Don't know what a versus fever mean, but
One. 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 Two. Acid wash. One.
oh
Two.
no, this doesn't work.
Three.
Well, it kind of.
Cyan.
Oh my gosh. That's embarrassing.
One,
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 two,
let's dance.
acid
That's
wash.
embarrassing.
One,
One,
two,
3, 4. Let's
One.
go. You got it.
Okay.
one,
2, 3, 4.
one,
Here comes the groove. Hey, hey, hey.
One.
You got it.
two, three,
1,
four,
2,
sapphire,
3,
six,
4,
seven,
5, 6.
lapis lazuli,
Hey.
Wait, I didn't fever?
1.
Oh.
I won.
How? I think I sniffed up a booger.
One,
1, 2.
Hmm.
one,
This is totally safe. Totally.
1, 2,
Okay, let's
one,
stop.
1,
two,
2.
three, four, five, six, seven, eight,
1,
nine. Cobalt.
Oh, I didn't turn off the blue screen.
1. 1.
Oh, give me a sec.
I won.
Well, hey, Skylar Silver. It's been a while. This isn't how you do this. Gosh, I just can't.
One,
1.
two,
Hey, watch it.
one,
How do you drop set?
one,
2. One,
one,
I give up.
Two.
I'll just hit the
Three.
wall.
2.
four, five,
Fake stairs.
lapis lazuli,
You're the real faker.
I won.
Always gets me when this distribution happens.
One, one,
1, 2.
one, two, three, four, five,
Right.
six, seven,
1,
eight, nine,
1,
10, 11.
1,
Cobalt.
1. Let's dance. 1, 2, 3,
One,
4.
two,
Let's go.
Acid
You
wash.
got it. 1, 2,
One.
3, 4, 5. Hey, hey, hey.
one,
1.
I won.
One,
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 1.
1, 2,
Oh boy.
1.
The greens pop
Two.
too. Oh no! Everything pops.
5,
1,
6, 7, 8. Cobalt.
1,
1.
1.
I won.
All right. Lock my room with a code. Okay, I'm going to use the code that no one knows. See you later, Ninja. Wow, we're doing this. Okay, I'll win with Arl.
It's my turn. Go. 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 1. Go. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Why am I up?
Go. 9.
I was working on the chain simulator.
Go.
I made a lot of progress now.
Go.
It's ready for people to make their own drills,
Go.
but
Go. Go.
it's still kind of bad. It crashes if you, well, it's a very specific case.
1.
I need to fix it.
Go. 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 1. Go. 2. Go. 3. Go. 4. Go. Go. 6. Go. 7. 8. 9. Go. Violet. Go. 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 1. Go. 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 1. Go. Go. 1. Go. Go.
Oh,
Go. Go.
this cuts.
Go. 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 Go.
I didn't have the blue.
Go. Go.
Forgot it. Oh wait, there was a way to fix it. I see that.
Go.
Okay, I need to start learning how to spot
Go.
those solutions.
Go. 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 Goo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take that. 8. Goo. Violet. Goo. Here I go. Goo. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, goo. 6, goo. 7, goo. 8, goo. 9, 10, goo. Goo. Violin. Goo.
Violin.
Goo. 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 Victory!
Oh, is my chain prediction overlay not work? Oh, it's not on right now. Crap.
Goo. Goo.
Gotta fix that.
Goo. 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 One, two, goo. Fireball. Goo. Goo.
Is it working?
Goo.
I guess you need to make a chain first.
1. Goo. Goo.
There we go.
Goo. 1. Goo. 2. Goo. 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 1. Hey, stop!
Wow, that wasn't enough to destroy me. I still have a fighting Oh, I almost missed drop.
1.
Feed me into fever mode, please.
1. Goo. 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 2. Here I go.
Oh,
Goo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Goo. Judgment. Yes. 1, 2, 3, goo. 4, 5, 6. Take that. 8. Violin. Goo. 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 1. Goo. Goo.
oh, it messed up.
Goo. 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 One. Goo. 2.
Wait, no, they didn't mess up.
Goo. 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 1. Goo. Goo.
Wait, I need to wait. Oh, okay. I'm
One.
safe.
Goo. 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 Goo.
Oh boy.
Goo.
That was a terrible mistake.
Goo. Goo. Goo.
Oh, no!
Uh-oh. Goo. 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 Hey, stop!
Oh,
Uh-oh. Goo. 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 1. 1. 2. I did it! Goo. Goo. 2. Goo-goo. 3. 4. 5. Take that. Goo. Judgment. Yes. Goo. Goo. 1. Goo. 2. 3.
Oh, that doesn't all clear.
5. Goo. 6. 7. Goo. 8. Goo-goo. 1. Goo. 2. Goo. 3. Goo. 4. Goo. 5. Goo. 6. Judgment. Goo. Goo. 1. Goo.
All right, keep getting bad RNG. Yes.
Goo. 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 Victory. Goo. 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 1. Goo. 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 1. Goo. 2. 3. Goo. Goo. 6.
This cuts a lot.
8. 9. 10. Goo. Violet. Goo. 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 Victory. Goo. 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 1. Goo. 2. Goo. 1. 2. Goo. 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 1. Goo. 2. Goo. 3.
Oh.
Goo. 4. Goo. Mind blast. Here I go.
Oh.
Goo. 1. 2. 3.
Oh, that is not how it works.
5. Goo. Judgment. Yes.
Oh,
1. 2. 3. Goo. 4.
that was
5.
lucky.
Take that. 7. Goo. Judgment. Goo. 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 1. 1. Goo. 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 1. Goo. 2. Goo. 3. Goo.
Oh, I cut my blues.
Take that! 6! Goo! 7! Goo! 8! Goo! 9! Goo! 10! Goo! 11! Goo! 12! Violet! Goo! 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 1! 2! Goo! 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 Go, go, go! Victory!
Do I recommend any of the 3 protagonists when learning the mode? Well, I feel like try Amity. She's good. Yeah, I know the chat relay is broken, but it's not anything I can do about it. It's restream.io. Oh, I saw that the 8-bit drummer was playing.
It's my turn. Go, go, go. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Judgment. Go. 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 1, 2, 3. Ice storm. Go. Hey, stop. Ow.
Okay, I'm gonna try avoiding feeding you into fever mode, so I can build up
1, 2.
a strong chain
Go.
first.
Go, go,
Oh wait,
go.
oh no, I'm in fever mode.
1,
Ah,
2. Go. Fireball. Go. 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 Go, go. 1. Go, go. 2. Here I go. 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 Go, go. 1, 2, 3, 4,
oh,
5.
I messed that up.
Judgment. Go. Yes. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take that. Go. Yes. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. 7.
All right, here we go.
Go. Go. Go. Go. Go. Go. Go. Hey, stop. Uh-oh. Go. 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 1. Go. 1, 2. Fireball. Go. Go. Go, go. 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 1. Go. 2. Go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Ice storm. Go. 1. Go. Go, go, go. 1. Go. 1. Go. 2. Go. Fireball. Go. 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 1. Go, go.
I
2.
kind of messed this up. Oh,
3.
ah,
Take that. 6. Go. 7.
oh no.
Judgment. Here I go. Go. 1. Go. 2. Go. 3. 4. My quest. Yes. Go. 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 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Judgment. Yes. Go. 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 1. Go. 2. Go, go. 3. Go, go. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8.
Ah,
Violent. Go. 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 1. Go. Go. Hey, stop. Go. Hey, stop. Go. Go.
oh, I extended that. I didn't even think I could.
Go, go.
Oh, That's not how you do it.
Go. Go.
I need to harass.
Go. Go. Go go.
Oh?
One. Go. Go. Go.
Oh yes! I can't believe it.
Go. 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 One. One. Go. Two. Go. One. One. Go. Go. Ow! One. Two.
Oh no, that's...
4, 5, 6, 7.
Uh-oh.
Go. 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 Go.
Oh, this isn't gonna work.
Go. Go. Go.
I might not make it on the way back.
Go. 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 One. Go. 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 Go.
Oh!
Go! 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 Victory! Go!
Oops.
Go! 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 One! Go! One! Go! 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 One!
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go, 8, 9,
Oh no.
10, 11, 12, Violet! Go! 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 Stop! Hey, stop!
I won. What?
Go! One!
I don't know how to...
Go! Go! One! Go! One! Two! Go! Fireball! Cuckoo!
Oh, that's bad.
One! Two! Go! One! Two! Go! Go! Cuckoo!
Oh no!
One!
I'm an idiot!
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Violet! Go go! Go go go! Victory!
Thank you, Super Storm Droid. I worked really hard for that counter that other round.
One, two,
too early to fever mode.
1.
Whatever.
Go.
I'll just have to set this off.
Goop. 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 1. 2. 3. Go, go. 4. 5. 6. Judgment. Here I go.
Okay, slow down.
Goop. 1. 2. 3. 4. Take that. Yes. Goop. Goop.
Don't get blue. Don't get it.
Goop.
Darn it,
1,
you got it.
2, 3, 4. Goop.
Oh wait, it
5.
cuts.
Goop. Judgment. Goop. 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 Go. Go, go. Go, go, go. Hey, stop. Goop. Hey, stop. Goop. Goop. Goop.
I won.
Goop. Goop.
Drop sets are hard. Oh my gosh. Wow, I need to clip that drop set 13. I'm really proud of that. I wasn't expecting to actually chain that high with Carbuncle. Thank you for playing with me, Steelix. How to fever? I don't know either. Honestly, I'm winging it too. I haven't put in the effort to like memorize drop sets or anything. Oh. Fever is really nonsense sometimes, so I don't know, don't feel bad about it or anything. Drop sets are too big brain. Exactly as strong as Arl. Did you already... was the damage table extracted?
Love conquers all.
Be starting soon.
Love conquers all.
One.
One, two, acid wash.
Wow, that was bad.
One. One. Two.
One,
One.
one,
Two.
one, two, three,
Oh,
4. Celadon.
One. Two. Emission. One.
1, 2,
One.
3, 4. Celadon.
darn. My
One.
tail.
Two. Time to shine.
1, 1, 2, 1.
One.
I did not do the fever extension correctly. I miscounted the...
Five.
Oh,
Overlap.
darn.
1,
One.
2,
Oh
acid
boy.
wash.
One. Two. Three.
1,
Overlap.
2, 1. Oof. 1, 2, acid wash.
Two. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7.
1,
Rape heart.
2, 1. Showtime.
Oh,
One.
this is bad. Oh no. One.
2,
God
3.
dang it.
Cyan. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Celadon. Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lapis Lazuli. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh boy.
1.
Oh boy.
Wait, you're going to fever again.
1,
1.
1.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brave heart.
1,
1.
2. Acid wash. 1, 2. 1, 2. Acid wash. Oh boy. Wait, what?
See you next time.
Did you
One,
guys know there's a train
2.
outside my house? It goes choo choo choo.
1,
Fever chew. That's right. Localization confirmed. Choo choo.
1, 2, 3,
1,
4.
2,
Celadon.
3, 4, 5, 6. All for love. 8, 9,
1, 2.
Love time to
Acid
shine.
wash. 1. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wait, what?
See you next time.
One. 1, 2.
Oh,
1, 1, 2. Acid wash. 1,
oh no.
2.
1. I'm no match.
I won.
1.
1, 2.
1.
1, 2, 3. Cyan.
1, 2, 3, 4. All for love. 6. Brave
Wow,
heart.
the tail didn't work.
1, 2. 1,
1.
1.
1.
Two.
Acid wash. Oh boy. Oh boy.
2.
1.
2.
Wait, what?
See you next time. One.
1, 2.
1.
1, 1, 2.
1. 1.
Oh! Oh
One.
boy, this is so bad.
1. 1.
Okay, it's sort of fixed.
2.
Oh, but now
One.
my reds are messed up at the
Two.
bottom.
3. Cyan.
Time to shine!
1.
Uh,
1. 2.
this isn't the best.
3, 4.
1.
All for love!
2.
Brave heart!
Acid wash. 1.
1, 2,
2.
1, 2.
1. 1. 1. 2.
1,
Acid wash.
2, 3. All for love! 5, 6, 7,
1.
8,
2.
9,
3.
10.
Cyan. Showtime.
I'll go to sleep after this one.
1. 2.
Probably.
3. 4. Celadon. Yeah. 1.
Actually, maybe for
2.
real.
3. 4.
The more you
5.
guys talk about going to
Lapis
sleep,
lazuli.
I just
Yeah.
like
1.
start
2.
like
3.
phasing
4,
out
5.
of this
6.
dimension.
Lapis lazuli. Yeah. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Lapis lazuli. Yeah.
2, 3, 4,
1.
5,
2. 3. 4. 5.
Can we do 4-player
6,
first?
7.
Why do you want to do that to me?
Cobalt.
Love's light!
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Did you know
Wait,
that
what?
Kira
See you next time!
Buckland, right? She does both Ali and Rulu. And they sound different. That's pretty cool.
One. One.
Hell. Hmm.
1, 2,
One. 2. 3.
1,
4.
Oh, this is bad.
5.
1.
Lapis lazuli.
Oh.
1.
I'm no match.
I won.
One.
1. 1. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7.
2,
Lapis lazuli.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Kira Buckland's a voice actor? No way.
Love's time to
1.
shine.
1. Oh boy. Wait, what?
See you next time.
Oh, Ali actually does her laundry, unlike same clothes all year Arl. That's right, Arl doesn't do her laundry. It's canon. 4-player, no. You can't make me do it. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm a sleepy bye. Go to sleep. Okay, that was fun. Thank you for watching. I'll have the chain drills done soon. Maybe I'll stay up and work on them. Okay. Alright. time for sleep. Bye everyone.